Don't forget to keep checking out the links down in the description to help all the vulnerable communities listed below. And if you have other communities or any specific like one person's GoFundMe, anything like that, please send them to me on my socials or let me know in the comments. I would love to include any links for like overall communities, but also if you can send me any links to like individual people or couples, I would love to see them, just so if I can, I would like to help them out. Hello Friendsies, welcome back to my channel. It's funny that I picked this outfit today because this is the outfit, and I didn't do my eyebrows and everything, but I did wear glitter to the last date I went on. And this video is going to be talking about like online dating and like the culture of online dating and my personal views on it. It's gonna be a weird video, and I'm gonna say here, it's nothing incredibly specific, and I don't think it's gonna be anything that you would originally think when I say this, but there is going to be this brief trigger warning for this conversation of self-harm, but it's not anything specific, it's just the idea of hurting oneself. And I feel like that might need a trigger warning. So let's get into that. So I made a video back in February that was like the single shark tries to give love advice. I'll put the card up there. And I kept like saying things in there, and it was definitely not the original point of the video, but I kept putting things in there that I kept saying I was going to talk about in this video. And I don't remember if I specified, but here it is at the end of the month. I keep lying about when videos are going to come out because I don't look at my planner until after I filmed a video where I said a video is going to come out. For me personally, let's talk about my history and my experience with online dating, because I don't know if anybody else is going to feel similarly, but if you do, I want you to know that it's not like a feeling alone kind of thing, because in my specific friend group, online dating is like not really a thing for us, and if it is, everybody kind of handles it differently and has had different experiences with it. So I want, if this is like similar experiences to you, I want you to know that you're not the only one dealing with this, all right? I have been on like dating apps since I was 18 in college. I've talked about this before. I was dating somebody senior year of high school and I got broken up with right before senior year ended, and it was really hard because that person was my first love. It was not theirs. That's okay. Their feelings are not my responsibility. My feelings are not their responsibility. It's over and done with. That was like almost 10 years ago, if not 10 years ago. That's fucking insane to me. Anyway, so I was dating this person, you know, got broken up with, whatever. And I was like already not doing well mentally, but the breakup kind of made it worse. So for my first year of college, when other people were doing it, like my roommate, I think, was on Tinder, because I think that's when Tinder was like first becoming a thing, at least for me. So this was 2014, 2015. At least for me, it was just coming on my radar, and my roommate had downloaded Tinder and we were talking about it and like kind of joking about it. So then I downloaded Tinder. Now, Tinder specifically, I do not download ever. If I download a dating app, it is not Tinder. Recently, it's been Hinge, and Hinge is the one that I like feel most comfortable with, I guess. The point of this video is saying that I don't feel comfortable using any dating app, but if I had to pick the lesser of all evils, like, it has been Hinge. So, at least for me, Tinder makes me feel really gross. I'm not shaming you if you use Tinder. One of my best friends actually met her current boyfriend on Tinder, and they are currently living together and planning on getting like an apartment together and everything. So like, good for them. I'm very happy for her. And for him, it worked for her. It does not work for me. I feel very, very gross when I download Tinder. And I think it was because when I originally downloaded it, I was in a very bad mental space and didn't. It's funny because I want to say I didn't see my worth then, and I think I didn't, honestly. I think I was like kind of blinded at the moment, even though shortly after being broken up with, like while I went through that summer of like very bad depression and like a little bit of mania, I like lost all filter and kind of like turned the bad bitch switch on, if that makes sense. It was really weird. Being broken up with was like, I thought I knew who I was and was like very comfortable with who I was as a person, but being broken up with had me realize that I was not. And I very much turned into like who I am now. So like, that's kind of cool. That's a positive. But where I was like mentally and everything and how I kind of viewed myself at the time, anytime I downloaded Tinder after that, I felt fucking gross. And another thing about Tinder that makes me just like, gives me the heebie-jeebies, like makes my shoulders go up here and I'm just like, yuck, is the like very localness of it all. And I mean, dating apps, as far as I know, and the ones that I've used are very like, you can do like a certain distance radius, but unless you pick a specific neighborhood that you're like on Hinge, you can kind of pick like where you are. And I've changed it a few times because I don't want to get locals because I'm sick and tired of that shit because locals are fucking gross. The only locals I continue to talk to are ones that I talked to in high school. I don't need any of you coming out of the woodwork. You mean like, I thought you were hot the whole time. Like, ew, get away. So that's another thing about Tinder I really don't like. Anytime I had downloaded Tinder, that time and after that, which like, you know, I download an app, I delete it, I download an app, I delete it, because anytime, my thing is, anytime I download a dating app, I am bored out of my mind and like desperate for attention. And like usually a little bit horny as well, but that's beside the point. But that's usually what happens. I have never downloaded a dating app since I was 18 years old. I'm 26 now. I've never downloaded a dating app with the idea of I genuinely want to see if I'm comfortable here and if I want to experience this, like take on this way of dating, which unfortunately, in my eyes, is kind of the way to do dating nowadays in this, you know, the society we're in, and especially with the like pandemic and everything. Online dating is kind of the only way you can date because there's not a lot of, especially the last couple years, there's not a lot of like safe public anything. So I've never downloaded a dating app with the idea of like genuinely wanting to test out the dating app. I've always downloaded dating apps with I'm bored, sometimes sad, not always, mostly it's I'm bored. But I'm bored out of my mind, I want attention, and that's it. And like I said, I despise Tinder. I fucking hate it. It makes me feel so gross. And it's funny that I say that because I have downloaded and deleted and then re-downloaded Tinder several times. So I don't know what that really says about me and how I guess like I like my mental state the times I downloaded Tinder again. I don't know. Makes me feel gross as hell. Bumble, I just dislike. It doesn't work for me. I don't know what it is about it. It really doesn't work for me. And Hinge is the one that I have downloaded and used the most. And Hinge is actually the one that, you know, when I wore this outfit last, or this shirt last, I should say. No, I definitely brought this shirt on vacation, but whatever. The like major event I last wore this outfit to was on a date, and it was from Hinge. And I don't know what it is about Hinge, I just prefer it. I know another one of my friends prefers OkCupid. That's one. One of my best friends met her boyfriend on Tinder. One of them has used Bumble on and off just because she's more comfortable with that. Another one of my friends, like I said, uses OkCupid. Hinge was mine. But the way the date went, I went on a date last July. Okay, that's the last time I've been on a date. And that is, in fact, by choice. I know some people are going to watch this, some trolls are going to watch this and be like, yeah, okay. It is by choice, because that date went very, very well, but then amounted to nothing, which is sad. I'm still sad about it. I don't want to talk about it. But yeah, that was like, that. What I'm trying to say is that app was the one I was most comfortable with. And I do very often, I'm sorry, you can probably hear my phone vibrating. I just have it over here to charge, and everybody decides that they need to talk about everything at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday, you know? I thought all my friends were at work. Anyway, I do, speaking of the group chat, occasionally need to pop in because it is very random times. It's not even, and the thing is, I'm assuming you're very much thinking, because when I'm gonna say this, my mind immediately goes to this. It's like, it's not the like 2 a.m. I can't sleep, my brain is weird, let's download a dating app thought. It's I will be at work, bored out of my fucking mind because I'm at work and I can go on autopilot at work, so my brain just goes away. I'll be at work and I'll text the group chat and I'll be like, somebody tell me not to download a dating app, because I genuinely don't want to. And between the date that didn't amount to anything and just other experiences I've had on dating apps, I don't want to download them anymore. I'm sick and tired of it. If I really ever genuinely desire to not be single, whether it's a dating app or whether it's other means, I will figure it out. You know what I mean? If I really desperately wanted a significant other to the point where I was willing to settle, I would settle. But I do not, and I will not. So, never settle. Never settle. If you have standards, you keep the standards where they are. You do not lower them, okay? But yeah, it's just, like I said, between the date and like other experiences I've had on dating apps, I feel like I'm doing a lot of this today, and I'm sorry. Between those two things, I'm all set with dating apps. And the thing is, Hinge never has made me feel like yuck, like Tinder has, but it's starting to get to that point. Not in the same way that Tinder makes me feel that way, but it's like getting to that point in different ways, and I'm so over it. And I can recognize now, at 26 years old, the fact that I've been constantly on and off of dating apps since I was 18. That's not good for me, and I'm not doing myself any favors by doing that, because I'm never using them in an intentional way. I'm doing that to distract myself from whatever, whether it's mental health, whether it's my job, whether it's like being restless and not finding other activities to participate in to like make myself happy. I'm using those as a distraction or like a way to fill. Maybe like, you know, occasionally like you get lonely, like you want either your friends or you want like another form of companionship. I'm using that to like fill in those voids. I know that about myself now, and I hate that, and I don't want to do it anymore. So we're not doing it anymore. And like I said, I wanted to talk about this because I don't know if anybody else would feel this exact same way. And two of my friends, not the one that met her boyfriend on Tinder, the other two that use the other apps, have some similar like experiences and can say like similar feelings, but not 100%. Like none of us are on like the exact same page when it comes to dating apps, which is fine because everybody's different and that's like life. But if you do have similar feelings to what I've talked about in this video, if you kind of watch this video and were like, oh, I think I do that, then I wanted you to know that you're not alone in this, because that's just it. Some of my friends are like, oh, well, like, I get what you mean, but I feel that way more about this app. But this app I don't feel bad on. And it's like, I feel bad on all of them. I don't like them. And I'm very proud of myself because since... when did I delete it? I think since the end of July, so that would be... it's March now, so that's 8 months without having a dating app, which genuinely, I think I said this in the Valentine's Day video, 8 months is genuinely the longest time I have not downloaded a dating app since I was 18. And part of me is like, oh my god, you poor fucking thing. But the other part of me is like, hell yeah, bitch, you're doing it! Weird balance here. But yeah, this is just something I wanted to talk about because I should say I am 26 years old. I have life experience. I'm almost 30. And I feel like this is not something that's talked about a lot. I could be wrong. I don't know if I'm just on the wrong side of YouTube, but I don't see a lot of this talked about. I see a lot of like relationship advice and like a lot of talk about like YouTube couples being like, how do you guys have such a perfect relationship? Well, it's not a perfect relationship. We just don't show everything on social media. That kind of stuff, that's what I see more of. I don't see a lot of dating is weird and gross sometimes and I don't want to do it anymore. So here I am, I'm that YouTuber to do it for you. But yeah, please leave a like if you enjoyed this video and if you can relate, like, in any way whatsoever. And if you can, you know, let me know in the comments. Maybe send me a message on one of my socials. Usually open for everybody. If you're weird, I will block you. But otherwise, yeah, if you want to just, like, have a conversation, if you agree, anything like that, let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Just so you know, this look for this video was going to be completely different. I felt like it was a little more on theme, but the reason why today's look is the way it is because I didn't wash my hair last night and I was going to wear a headband, but then this looked nice.